Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Facebook Live today on this lovely Tuesday in March. We are very fortunate today from the Camelback office in Arizona to have Mr. Charles Lowry to the show. Welcome, Charles. As you can hear, the studio audience goes crazy for you. Yes. All right. Tell us a little about yourself, how long you've been doing this crazy thing called real estate. Get us informed about that, please.
All right. So I started real estate in 1997, working new home sales for Beazer Homes. I did that for about 5 years, and then I transitioned out of that into the world of traditional regular real estate. Worked for two different brokers. Then I had my own brokerage for a while. Realized I hated that. I like being the salesperson. I don't want to be the boss or manager or anything like that. And yeah, I've just been doing the whole thing. I did during the last foreclosure crisis. I was an REO, listing agent. That's how I got through that. So I guess I've done a bit of everything. I've done land, commercial. At this point, you name it. 'Cause it's more than 25 years.
Right.
It just happens, you know. And yeah.
I
Um,
think I think a lot of us have to go through the exercise of having our own small boutique office before we realize it's not the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's true because it feels like, and it's funny. It's one of the things I thought to talk about today. You know, when you get into real estate, you think your mindset is still of a traditional career, and you think you should get a promotion and you grow into this bigger job, whatnot. But that's not how it works in real estate. It just is what it is the whole time. And that's a good thing. That
Right.
what you grow as far as growing your business is then your clientele, your income, but you don't necessarily get a higher position in a company or something. It's just it requires a shift of the mindset a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Your promotion becomes effective when you become more effective. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's that it's so true because you get paid what you're worth in real estate, and you get to decide what that value is based on what you're willing to do. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I know when we met, when you first moved over, we did some coaching together. You're also with Brian Buffini, and you started out of the gates really hot, but the last few years, especially, you've really blown it off, and you're really busy right now, too, aren't you?
Yep. And yeah. It's funny. So when I first met you, Rick, I had actually hit the pause button on real estate for a couple of years, and I focused on being a full time dad.
Yep, I
And
remember that.
yeah, so when I came back here, into the real estate and with you and hooked up with you, yes, it's true. I started doing good and I did progressively better. But yeah, I'm doing awesome now. Really happy, and it's partly with you. It's you and Buffini together because they both complement each other. A different approach, but they blend together beautifully. And I think both of those, for me at least, they got me to where I am right now, which
Right.
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, so tell us a little about that. Like, tell us a little about your production in the last few years. Like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? All that good stuff, please.
Um, so by mainly working by referral, I focus on relationships. So I have a lean into heavily into my CRM with reminders that hey, maybe it's been too long since I talked to somebody. I got to give them a call or go schedule a lunch or something with them. That's the Buffini system. And then complementing that, I think, is your style, which is meeting people you don't already know. I think you hit the phones pretty heavy. I tried it, didn't work for me. So what I lean into is open houses and a lot of the more interaction face to face with the public, and and it's been great, the two of them. And I don't have all the numbers in front of me. So, but last year, my number of transactions was, I think, 25, which isn't off the charts or anything. And I think, but it was good for me. I was happy. I did 14 million, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember, something to that effect. And then for this year, my goal is 30 transactions and 20 million.
And 20 million. That's great. Yeah, because your average sale price is really good. I mean, you have a decent average sale price.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
and that's part of it, just from being in the business for such a long time. I'll
Right.
say for this year, I didn't look at the average for this year, but I haven't closed anything at a million or higher yet, and so I'm at 8 transactions and 4 million right now so far. So I mean,
So
I'm
right
on
now you're
track.
averaging
Yeah. What is it?
You're averaging
Oh man,
500,000 right now, 500,000. That's still way better. That's not bad. Nothing wrong with 500,000.
no, it's not bad. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I can't complain for sure. So,
No.
uh,
So you do okay. So take us a little. So by referral. So which is the Brian Buffini system. You have a, you have a way of you talk to them. You stop by and see them. You do pop bys. You do all that stuff, right?
right. Yeah. It's very relational. It's very intentional. Uh, and it's funny. It's also intentional with people that you don't connect with very well. You intentionally don't nurture that relationship. You nurture the ones that you want to nurture, and then you're able to grow your business then more that way. With the people that you really enjoy being with. The downside is funny because somebody asked me recently about for a new agent. Is it smarter to just like farm a neighborhood and go deep with that, or just kind of be all over the place? And I really do think it's better to really focus in a narrow geographic area because you can serve the people better probably. But working by referral for more than 20 years, I go where the people are and I'm all over the place. I'm really spread out. And I don't know the right answer because I still like working by referral. I'll drive an hour if I need to,
Yeah, you do it by demographic, not geographic. In other words, you know them, right? You could have sold them a house in Carefree. You could have sold them a house in PV.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. They're on your list and you're going to stay in touch with them and
Right.
not only do their business, but do their friends' business and their friends' business by staying in touch with them because they do refer your business by being that intentional.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And how many people do you have in your CRM, would you say? Not you don't have to be exact, just guess.
It's funny just to guess. I'd probably guess 500 total, but of the 500, maybe let's see, 200 that I work with, like that I am putting a focused energy into them because I think it might be good for my business.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, 200 that you'll call, go visit, do a pop-by, maybe invite to dinner, whatever. Then you have another 300 that are probably just getting stuff from you, right?
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, they're in my sphere, and something might be an off chance, but it's not. It's let's say it's an aunt or an uncle or something. Yes, it might happen, but it's not the. I don't know. There's the people. Let's say a lender that I did business with 2 years ago or something. They're there, but it's not a wise use of my time to really pour myself into them. So.
Right. You stick with the people that you've done incredibly good business with, that refer you, like your raving fan type ones that you just and then just by staying in touch with. And I think that's a good lesson for a lot of people to hear is you don't have to have a 2,000 person database. You just said 500, 300 that I email, stay in touch with, but 200 that I call, go see, visit with, and so forth. And from those contacts and those intentional relationships is where you develop. I mean, let's face it. There's a lot of people watching today that would love to be between 25 and 30 deals every year because I know that's where you end up, which is incredibly awesome.
Yeah, but it's funny because I think I do like the idea of the Keller Williams model where you have thousands of contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a place for that as well, and I kind of like, and it's the thing I love about being at Berkshire and having you to kind of mentor, is this both and approach. You can, we're Scotty and myself, my husband, we work together. We're really trying to play up the social media part to draw on a few extra people that isn't necessarily by referral,
Right.
Pick up some more business that way. There's no reason why not to. It's there. It's simple enough. So, I don't know if I could do a good job with thousands. To your point. But
well,
you can reach out to them. So.
I think your laser focus is what it's look at common sense tells you more equals more, but it doesn't always, right? Like I know, and I remember when Scotty joined you, he took my success series and he's added a different twist, right? Like his database of people. Tell us a little about that, how that's working out.
So, so it's funny. So Scotty was a hairdresser for 20 years. So he has all of his ties are more the housewives basically. And then specifically because he worked in Paradise Valley, his is more, we affectionately refer to them as the socialite women, of the community. and that's just where his passion is. Yeah, he tells me all the time it's his job to go get his nails done and have his lunches and do all those foofy things, that I would never be interested in. But it's for our business, and then it's my job to handle contracts and more of the steady, normal routine things. But it works out well. He's actually nurturing a relationship right now for us to become the preferred agents for the Cardinals football team.
Wow.
And that's just his gift. That's just, everybody loves him, and he just goes and he does his thing, and yeah. So,
and by going, having nails, hair, the whole deal, I guarantee you he's working those relationships also for business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's also a good message for people too. You have to turn, like if you're going to make this business fun and rewarding and also predictable, where you can duplicate your efforts and they return, then you have to turn everything that you're doing, like even going to the gym. You walk around, maybe wear your Berkshire Hathaway shirt once in a while, pass out a few cards, tell people what you do, because everywhere you go is an opportunity to prospect, isn't it?
Absolutely. In preparing for our talk today, I wrote down, kind of 3 pieces of advice thing. And that was actually one of them. Early on in my career, I really struggled with this concept of I'm always on call. I never get a break and I never get a day off and all that. And I know it's healthy to try to build those in. But really, if you're going to do this full time and be successful, you have to get really comfortable with the fact that it's a lifestyle. It's not a 9-to-5 job. This is a lifestyle that you do every single day of your life, all day, every day, and be comfortable with that and find a way to make peace with it. Scotty's getting his nails done, doing all these fun things. That's his job. That's his work. And it's fun and he loves it. And you got to get to a place where you recognize that if you're doing this career, work doesn't always look like it would at another career. That you could be at your kid's baseball game and that could be work. There's a lot of fun stuff that goes with it. And the sooner you make peace with that, the better you'll be, I think, in the long run. It kind of follows you everywhere, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, I coach women that are soccer moms that they walk around the stands, and they do business from it too. So, like you said, it is a lifestyle. You have to be. People can tell when you're comfortable and excited and enthusiastic about what you do, and no matter where you are, you can draw them in. Like Scotty. Scotty's like a magnet of people. They love him. He's great. They love you too, though. You guys are just kind of different. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is probably what makes it work, right? You can't be exactly the same because it would get boring.
Yeah, we kind of balance each other. Yeah.
All right, so that would be your first point. Okay, I love that first one. Give me the other 2. I think would be great.
So, and we kind of touched on this too, is to lean into your natural strengths. And this is again for you, Scotty and myself. I don't want to get my nails done and talk and gossip and no, that's painful for me. So I don't do that. Scotty does it and it works. And this is the same, like you said, the soccer moms and whatnot. Don't try to be something that you're not. Be comfortable with who you are and go into those type of communities, hang out with those people and grow your business that way. Because again, it's got to become a natural part of your life, an extension of your life. And so fill it with all the stuff that you already enjoy doing. If you love dirt bike racing, go there. I mean, all of the whole world is buying and selling real estate. So there's room for everybody. If you collect antique cars or you name it.
Yeah, I was just going to say the antique cars is a big one in Arizona.
Yeah, there's a community there for everybody, and there's a market there if you're a realtor. And there's no restrictions.
Golf, pilots. Yeah. There's a couple of neighborhoods not too far from your office where they have an airfield in the middle of the neighborhood.
Great. They have a garage for a car and a garage for their plane. There's several of those in town. We have. It's funny to think of Arizona in the desert, but we have communities with lakes, and you have a boat dock. And that's also very common here. But yeah, there's no reason to try to be something that you're not when you're doing this. And
you can really tailor the business and the way you produce your own business by your personality strengths too.
Right. Yep. And then, I think the last point I had is to be organized, because it's a lifestyle and you're doing this all the time, it's really easy to forget about some of the things that you should be doing, but you're off having fun doing your thing, getting your nails done, whatever, and you can forget about the routine things that are so vitally important. People are trusting you with selling their house, uprooting their family, and it's a huge emotional thing. You need to be on top of it. You owe it to them to be fully on top of it the whole time. And so for me, a CRM is critical for all of the staying in touch, being organized. But I also am a huge, huge fan of and believer, and I think you are too, of having a transaction coordinator.
Oh yeah.
That changed everything when I have Kim Herring is mine here, and she works with anybody in Arizona. She's a Berkshire Hathaway licensed agent, but she doesn't do it herself. But she knows all our systems. She knows the systems better than I do. If somebody asks me a question about transaction desk or something, I don't know. I'm here to cook him. I don't know. But that's really, really important for your business to make you look professional and good, because they'll make sure nothing is getting overlooked.
Yeah. I think that goes along with your personality style too. You know what your highest and best uses are in the business, and doing transaction desk or going into MLS or even the virtual agent center when you can have somebody else do it for you is a better use of your time, because you're not afraid to talk to people, prospect. You know how to do appointments. You do all that good stuff.
Yep. And we even I didn't tell you this. We hired an assistant also, a part-time assistant, to kind of help us with the regular stuff, making sure we're sending out birthday cards and some of the other little mundane tasks, so to speak, that doesn't necessarily involve a transaction coordinator. And that's Rick. That's you though. You have support in every area of your life, I think, don't you?
I do. I do. I need it. I only do a couple things well.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I have an assistant here. Me, Troy, and I share one. But I couldn't do my coaching schedule. I couldn't do. She does my travel. She does all of that for me. And then I have my wife at home that handles all the. She's the travel agent. So you got to have somebody is good at something on your team, and if you gotta. The trick is to allow other people to take over parts of your business, your life, whatever, that are better at it. And it's called delegation. It's called losing a little control. I don't look at it as losing control, and I know you don't either. I look at it as delegating because I know what I do well, right?
Yeah.
And same with you. You know what you do well. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All right. So any final words? We're right about time here, Charles. Any final words you want to leave these lovely people in Facebook land?
I don't know. I can't think of it. It's funny because I think the big thing is the market is off maybe right now, you could say.
Yeah.
Instead of being afraid of that, be excited about it, because you're gonna have more opportunities. It won't be off forever. It's off temporarily. Everybody's gonna leave, and now is the time to hit the gas and go hardcore as you can through all this, because you're coming out the other side far ahead.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of people out there on the sidelines because of interest rates and so forth, that when things start to change, and it's not going to be long, that they're going to come off the sidelines. So if whoever has the biggest pipeline when that first off, there's plenty of business going off right now, like you just said. But there is some people on the sidelines, like a dam of people. And when the floodgates open, when the Fed starts moving that base rate the other way, and these people come off the sidelines and buyers decide to buy, there's going to be a big run, and whoever's prospecting and loading up their virtual agent center or whatever CRM they use with the most people is going to be the winner, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
All right, last question. I just thought of it while you were talking. What about social media? Do you do I know you do a little bit, right?
Yes. So I'm delegating a lot because it's not natural to me. I can barely keep up. I'm proud of myself. Every day I do the birthdays on Facebook. That's the best I could do. But we're on Instagram, Facebook, and we just hired a social media company to help us with TikTok. So with them, we launched a TikTok, and they help us get the videos together, and then they publish them for us. And I always feel silly when I'm doing it, but it's good. It's Why, you and Scotty are doing synchronized dance videos on TikTok now? So far, I I know. It's funny. So far we haven't. But you know what's interesting, Rick, is the people producing these videos. They don't know anything about real estate. Nothing. They're in their 20s. They don't know anything. And in producing the TikTok videos, it never would have occurred to me. I'm making TikTok videos giving advice to brand new agents or people thinking about getting into the business, which if you would have asked me before, I would have thought I should just talk to buyers and sellers. I wouldn't have thought to talk to other real estate agents. Right. But then, that's a strategy of then you get more views, you get more whatever.
Right. And you get referrals and stuff too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just, demonstrating you're the knowledgeable market leader or something to that effect. Yeah.
Well, awesome. I love it. Well, I just want to say, and also don't forget to go Thursday, right? Bring your wheelbarrow, right? For all the awards you're going to get.
Yeah, it's good. I've been, Rick, every year since I started at Berkshire, I forget what I started off with award wise, but so far every single year I've gone up a level.
Yeah, I know you have.
I don't know what the next one is because when I'm Chairman Gold, so
Diamond is the next one for you. Yeah.
What do I need for that? Do you know?
Oh, geez. I hate to give commission numbers on Facebook, so it's the next one. I'll tell you later. Yeah. I don't like talking commission numbers because I rather just talk gross involvement. But I would say if you hit your 20 million or more, you'll be there. Yeah.
Okay.
If you hit your 20 million or more, so all you got to do is achieve your goal this year. Boom. All right. All right. You're the best, Charles. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. And so, Scotty, I said hi. Everybody else, see ya.